Family, you need to see this. God is speaking right now, and it's been captured on camera. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine message straight from heaven. If you've been waiting for a sign, if you've been praying for confirmation, this is it. God is moving, and He is calling His people to listen, to wake up, and to step into their purpose. Don't scroll past this. Watch, receive, and share this powerful moment. Someone needs to hear this today. Are you ready for what God is about to do? Drop a yes in the comments if you receive this word. God is speaking right now, and this is not something to take lightly. When God moves, He moves with purpose, power, and divine intention. This is not just another moment. It is a divine appointment, a revelation meant for those who are ready to listen. His voice is echoing through time, through circumstances, through events, and it has been captured for the world to witness. This is a wake-up call, a shaking, a moment where the unseen becomes seen, where the spiritual becomes undeniable. Too often people wait for a sign, for something tangible, something undeniable. They want proof that God is still speaking, that He is still moving, that His presence is as real today as it was in the days of Moses, Elijah, and the prophets. And now, here it is, the proof you've been waiting for, the confirmation your spirit has been longing for. God is making it clear. He is not silent. He is not distant. He is speaking, He is calling, and He is revealing Himself to those with eyes to see and ears to hear. In moments like this, there is no room for doubt, no space for hesitation. The Spirit of God is moving in ways that defy human understanding, breaking through the noise of the world, piercing through the distractions, and commanding attention. This is not just another event, not just another coincidence. This is divine intervention. This is God stepping into the natural realm and making Himself known in an undeniable way. Think about the times in Scripture when God spoke, when His presence became visible, when His power was revealed for all to see. He parted the Red Sea before the eyes of His people. He sent fire from heaven in response to Elijah's prayer. He walked on water, calmed storms, healed the sick, and raised the dead. He left no doubt about His power, His authority, and His divine will. And now, in this moment, God is speaking again, and it has been captured on camera for the world to witness. There are people who have been questioning, wondering if God is still moving in their lives, if He still hears their prayers, if He's still working miracles. Some have been crying out in desperation, asking for a sign, asking for direction, asking for confirmation. And here it is, clear, undeniable, powerful. The voice of God is breaking through, calling His people back to Him, reminding them that He is still on the throne, still in control, still working all things for His glory. This is not a time to ignore what is happening. This is not a time to dismiss the signs. When God speaks, everything changes. The atmosphere shifts, hearts are stirred, lives are transformed. His voice carries power, authority, and undeniable truth. It convicts, it encourages, it strengthens, it calls people higher. Right now He is calling out to those who will listen, to those who are ready to step into the fullness of His plan. For too long the world has tried to silence the voice of God. Culture has pushed Him aside, dismissed His presence, and ignored His power. But no matter how much people try to turn away, His voice cannot be silenced. His presence cannot be denied. When He speaks, the earth trembles, the heavens respond, and lives are forever changed. Right now, in this moment, God is reminding His people that He is alive, that He is present, that He is speaking with power and purpose. There are people who have been struggling in the silence, feeling like God has been distant, like their prayers have gone unheard. But He has never been absent. He has never stopped speaking. Sometimes we are too distracted to hear Him, too caught up in the noise of life to recognize His voice. But now He is making it clear. He is breaking through the distractions, shattering the silence, and making His presence known. This is the moment where faith is reignited, where hope is restored, where the power of God is made visible in a way that cannot be denied. When God speaks, chains are broken, strongholds are torn down, miracles are released. The weight that has been pressing down on people's shoulders is being lifted. The fear that has been holding people back is being shattered. The doubts that have been whispering lies are being silenced by the truth of God's voice. There is a reason this moment has been captured. There is a reason this is being revealed now. God does not do things by accident. Every move He makes is intentional. Every word He speaks carries purpose. He is awakening His people, stirring up their spirits, calling them back to a place of faith, of boldness, of unshakable trust in Him. This is not just another message. It is a divine call to action. It is a reminder that God is moving, that He is speaking, that He is actively working in the lives of those who seek Him. The world is filled with voices of doubt, of fear, of distraction, but none of them carry the power of God's voice. His voice creates, His voice commands, His voice transforms. When He speaks, nothing remains the same. The lost are found, the broken are healed, the weary are strengthened. This is a moment to lean in, to listen, to receive what He is saying. God does not reveal Himself without purpose. When He speaks, it is because something is shifting, something is being set in motion. Right now there is a stirring in the Spirit, a call for people to rise up, to wake up, to recognize the urgency of this moment. The time for hesitation is over. The time for doubt is over. The time for questioning is over. God is speaking, and it is time to respond. There are those who will see this and still doubt. There are those who will try to explain it away, to rationalize it, to dismiss it. But those who have ears to hear will know the truth. Those whose spirits are sensitive to the move of God will recognize that this is not ordinary, this is divine. This is a moment that demands attention, that calls for a response. For those who have been waiting, for those who have been searching, for those who have been wondering, this is it. This is your confirmation. This is your sign. God is speaking, and He is speaking to you. He is calling you deeper, calling you higher, calling you to step into a greater level of faith. Do not ignore His voice. Do not let this moment pass you by. This is the kind of moment that shifts lives, that changes destinies, that ignites movements. This is what happens when God speaks. He awakens, He transforms, He reveals His glory. And right now, at this very moment, He is making Himself known. He is tearing down the walls of doubt, breaking through the barriers of fear, and showing His power in a way that cannot be ignored. The question is not whether God is speaking. The question is whether you will listen. The question is whether you will recognize the significance of this moment, whether you will allow this revelation to stir your spirit, to challenge you, to move you into action. Because when God speaks, everything changes. This is not just another message. This is not just another moment. This is an encounter with the living God, and it demands a response. God's presence has been captured on camera. This is not something to overlook or dismiss as mere coincidence. This is undeniable evidence that He is moving, that He is speaking, that His power is being revealed in a way that demands attention. So many people have been asking for proof, waiting for a sign, searching for something tangible to confirm what they already feel deep in their spirit. And now, here it is, clear, visible, undeniable, the manifestation of God's power, caught on camera for the world to see. There are moments when God chooses to reveal Himself in ways that shake the very foundations of what people believe. He is not confined to ancient texts, not limited to stories of the past. He is alive, He is present, He is still working in ways that leave no room for doubt. This moment, this recording, this evidence, this is a wake-up call, a divine appointment for those who have been searching, for those who have been waiting to see Him move. When God moves, He leaves no question about who He is. His power is unmistakable, His presence undeniable. Throughout history, He has revealed Himself through signs, wonders, and miracles. He has parted seas, caused the sun to stand still, healed the sick, raised the dead, and transformed lives in ways that cannot be explained by human reasoning. And now, once again, He has chosen to make Himself visible, to allow His presence to be captured in a way that cannot be ignored. This is not something that can be dismissed as chance. This is not just another event. This is divine intervention, a moment orchestrated by the hand of God Himself. He knows exactly when and where to reveal Himself, exactly when His people need to see His power in action. Right now, at this exact moment in time, He has allowed His presence to be caught on camera, to be recorded, to be shared, so that people everywhere can witness His glory. There are so many people struggling with doubt, questioning whether God is real, wondering if He still moves like He did in the Bible. They have been taught about His miracles. They have heard the stories, but they have never seen it for themselves. They want proof, something they can see with their own eyes. And now here it is, the very thing so many have been asking for. The undeniable evidence that God is still speaking, still moving, still revealing His power in ways that cannot be denied. For those who have been struggling in their faith, this is confirmation. For those who have been questioning whether God hears their prayers, this is a reminder. For those who have been asking if He is still working miracles, this is the answer. He is not distant, He is not silent, He is not absent. He is right here, right now, showing Himself in a way that no one can dispute. This is the kind of moment that changes everything. This is the kind of moment that reignites faith, that brings people back to God, that reminds the world that He is still sovereign, still powerful, still in control. There is no denying what has been captured. There is no mistaking what has been seen. This is not a trick, not an illusion, not a fabrication. This is real. This is divine. This is evidence that the living God is among us. Some will try to explain it away. Some will try to rationalize it. Some will refuse to believe even when the proof is right in front of them. But for those whose hearts are open, for those whose spirits are sensitive to the move of God, this is a moment that will forever change the way they see Him. This is a moment that will shift their faith, that will strengthen their belief, that will push them into a deeper relationship with Him. Think about the times in Scripture when God revealed Himself in visible ways. He appeared to Moses in a burning bush, a fire that burned but did not consume. He led the Israelites with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. He revealed His glory on the mountaintop, caused the veil of the temple to be torn, sent his Spirit in tongues of fire upon his people. He has always made himself known in ways that leave no room for doubt. And now, once again, he has chosen to reveal himself in a way that cannot be ignored. This moment is not just about what was captured on camera. This moment is about what God is saying through it. He is calling his people to wake up, to pay attention, to recognize that he is still here, still moving, still working in ways beyond human comprehension. He is reminding the world that he is not done yet, that his power has not diminished, that his presence has not faded. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. The same God who performed miracles in the Bible is the same God whose power has just been caught on camera. This is a call to action. This is a moment of decision. When confronted with undeniable proof of God's presence, there are only two choices: believe and respond, or ignore and reject. The evidence is right in front of us. The truth is undeniable. God has spoken, God has revealed, God has allowed himself to be seen in a way that cannot be denied. The only question is how we will respond. For those who have been running from him, this is a call to return. For those who have been doubting, this is the answer they have been seeking. For those who have been struggling, this is a reminder that he has never left them. His power is real, his presence is near, and he is moving in ways that are beyond anything we could ask or imagine. There are people who will see this and feel something shift inside of them. They will know deep in their spirit that this is not just another event, not just another moment. This is divine. This is supernatural. This is God revealing himself in a way that demands attention. And once you see it, you cannot ignore it. Once you recognize his presence, you cannot go back to life as usual. God does not reveal himself without purpose. He does not show his power just for the sake of spectacle. When he allows moments like this to be captured, it is because he is calling people back to him, because he is awakening hearts, because he is igniting faith in those who have been losing hope. This is a reminder that he is still working, still moving, still performing miracles. Some may ask why God would choose to reveal himself in this way. Why now? Why here? But the better question is, why not? God moves when he chooses, how he chooses, for reasons that only he fully understands. And when he does, it is our responsibility to recognize it, to receive it, to respond to it. This is more than just a moment caught on camera. This is an invitation to believe, to trust, to step into a deeper faith than ever before. God is calling, God is revealing, God is making himself known. And those who have been waiting for a sign, those who have been searching for proof, those who have been longing to see his power, this is it. The evidence is here. The presence of God has been made visible. The question now is, will we recognize it? Will we receive it? Will we allow it to change us? When God speaks, it is never without purpose. He does not speak idle words, and he does not reveal himself without reason. Every time God moves, it is a call to action, a divine summons to his people. Right now, he is calling out, urging his people to wake up, to listen, and to take action in faith. This is not a passive moment. This is not something to sit back and observe from a distance. This is a direct, personal call from the Almighty, and those who have ears to hear must respond. God has always called his people to move. From the very beginning, when he spoke to Abraham and told him to leave his homeland and go to the land he would show him, to the moment he called Moses to stand before Pharaoh and demand the release of his people. God has always spoken with purpose. When he called Jonah to go to Nineveh, when he called the prophets to declare his word, when he called the disciples to drop their nets and follow him, it was never just for the sake of words. It was a command to act, to change, to step forward into his divine plan. Right now, that same call is going out. God is not speaking just to be heard. He is speaking to stir hearts, to shake people out of complacency, to ignite a fire within his people that cannot be quenched. He is calling for transformation, for obedience, for boldness. Too many have been sitting on the sidelines, waiting for the right moment, waiting for a clear sign. Here it is. God has made his presence known. He has revealed himself, and now it is time to respond. This is not a season for hesitation. This is not a time to sit back in comfort and assume that someone else will answer the call. God is speaking to you. He is calling you to step into the purpose he has placed on your life. No more excuses, no more delays, no more waiting for the perfect circumstances. The time is now. The voice of God has gone forth, and when he speaks, his people must move. There are too many who have been holding back, afraid to take the next step, unsure if they are truly hearing from God. But when he speaks, his voice carries authority, clarity, and power. His words are not vague, not uncertain. When he calls, it is with purpose. If you have been feeling the stirring in your spirit, if you have been sensing that God is moving in a new way, do not ignore it. That is his voice calling you deeper, calling you higher, calling you into something greater than you could ever imagine. Every major move of God throughout history has started with a call and a response. When Noah was told to build the ark, he did not question, he did not hesitate, he obeyed, even though he had never seen rain before. When David was anointed king, he did not step back in fear, even though he was just a shepherd boy. When Esther was placed in the palace, she recognized that she was there for such a time as this. Every person who has ever been used mightily by God had to make a decision, to step forward in faith or to shrink back in fear. Right now, that same choice is before you. God has spoken, his presence has been revealed, and now the question is, what will you do with it? Will you allow his voice to change you? Will you let his call move you? Or will you let this moment pass by without action? The enemy wants nothing more than for people to hear the voice of God and do nothing. He wants distractions to creep in, doubts to rise up, fear to paralyze. He whispers lies, trying to convince people that they are not ready, that they are not worthy, that they have too many mistakes, too much baggage, too many weaknesses. But when God calls, he equips. When he speaks, he empowers. He does not choose based on human qualifications. He chooses based on his divine plan. He does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. Think of Peter stepping out of the boat onto the water. The moment Jesus called him, he had a choice. He could have stayed in the boat, safe and comfortable, or he could take that first step in faith. And when he stepped out, he walked on water. The impossible became possible because he responded to the call of Jesus. Right now, that same call is going out. It is time to step out of the boat. It is time to move beyond comfort, beyond fear, beyond doubt. God is not just calling a few people. He is calling his entire church to rise up. This is a time of awakening, a time where his voice is going forth in a way that cannot be ignored. He is shaking the earth. He is stirring the hearts of his people. He is setting a fire that cannot be extinguished. Those who are listening, those who are ready, those who are willing to step forward in faith, will see the miraculous unfold before their eyes. There are people who have been feeling this stirring for a long time. They have known deep inside that God is leading them into something greater, that He is calling them to step out, to take bold action, to move in ways they have never moved before. But fear has held them back. Uncertainty has kept them stuck. The enemy has tried to silence them. But now, God has spoken. Now, the moment has come. Now, the time for hesitation is over. God does not call people into small things. He calls them into the impossible, into the supernatural, into places where only His power can sustain them. When He spoke to Joshua and told him to lead the Israelites into the promised land, He commanded him to be strong and courageous. Why? Because the task was bigger than him. It was something only God could accomplish through him. And that is exactly what He is doing now. He is calling people into something greater than themselves, into something that will require faith, courage, and complete dependence on Him. There is no more room for playing it safe. There is no more time to wait. God has spoken, and now His people must act. This is the moment to rise up, to step forward, to embrace the calling He has placed on your life. This is the moment to move beyond doubt, beyond fear, beyond hesitation. The voice of God has gone forth, and when He speaks, mountains move, seas part, miracles happen. Right now, He is calling people out of their comfort zones, out of the places where they have been sitting in complacency, and into the fullness of His purpose. He is stirring up gifts that have been dormant, awakening dreams that have been buried, reigniting passion that has been lost. This is not just another moment. This is a divine invitation to step into something greater. The time for excuses is over. The time for wondering if you are good enough, qualified enough, ready enough. It is all over. God has spoken. He has made Himself known. He has revealed His presence in a way that cannot be denied. And now He is calling His people to move. He is calling them to rise up, to take action, to step into their destiny with boldness and faith. There is no room for delay. There is no space for fear. When God speaks, everything changes. When He calls, lives are transformed. And right now, He is calling you. He is speaking directly to you. The question is, will you answer? Will you step forward? Will you allow His voice to move you into action? Because when God speaks, the only right response is to listen, to obey, and to move in faith. When the presence of God is revealed, it is never for entertainment or spectacle. It is always a divine moment with purpose, a call to awaken, a signal that something is shifting in the spiritual realm. The manifestation of His glory is not random. It is a direct intervention, a moment where heaven touches earth, where God Himself steps into the timeline of humanity to remind us that He is real, that He is near, that He is moving with power. Those who witness His presence, those who see the undeniable evidence of His reality, must recognize the weight of the moment. There are times in history when God chooses to reveal Himself in ways that cannot be denied. These moments shake the world, break through skepticism, and silence the voices of doubt. This is one of those moments. God has made Himself visible, tangible, undeniable. He has allowed His presence to be captured, recorded, seen with human eyes, not to impress, but to wake up His people. He is sending a message, a call, a declaration that He is moving, that His plans are unfolding, that His power is still at work. Throughout Scripture, God has revealed Himself in undeniable ways. He appeared to Moses in the burning bush, a fire that did not consume, a sight so holy that Moses had to remove his sandals. He led the Israelites by a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. His presence descended on Mount Sinai with thunder, lightning, and the sound of a trumpet that caused the people to tremble. He showed his glory to Elijah in a gentle whisper after the wind, earthquake and fire passed by. He has never hidden himself from those who seek him, and now, once again, he has made his presence known. This is a moment of divine encounter. It is a reminder that God is not a distant being, sitting passively in the heavens, watching from afar. He is actively involved in the affairs of humanity. He is near. He is present. He is working in ways that defy human understanding. To see his presence revealed, to witness the undeniable evidence of his power, is not something to take lightly. It is a sacred moment, a life-altering moment, a moment that demands a response. There are people who have been praying for a sign, asking God to show himself, longing for confirmation that he is real, that he hears their prayers, that he has not abandoned them. And now, here it is, the very thing they have been seeking, the proof that he is still moving, still speaking, still watching over his people. For those who have been questioning, for those who have been struggling, for those who have been wondering if God is truly with them, this is the answer. He has made himself known, and now it is time to recognize him, to acknowledge him, to bow before him in awe and surrender. God does not reveal himself for no reason. Every time his presence has been made visible throughout history, it has marked a turning point. It has signaled a shift, a new season, a divine move that could not be ignored. When he led the Israelites out of Egypt, his presence was with them in visible form. When Jesus was baptized, the heavens opened, the Spirit descended like a dove, and the Father's voice declared, "This is my beloved Son." When the Holy Spirit fell on the day of Pentecost, tongues of fire appeared over the disciples, and they were filled with supernatural power. Right now, once again, God is moving in a way that demands attention. This is not just another event, not just another story to be discussed and forgotten. This is a moment of divine revelation. God is making himself known to a world that has tried to silence him, to ignore him, to push him aside. He is breaking through the noise, through the distractions, through the doubts. He is proving yet again that he is alive, that he is king, that he alone holds all power and authority. For those who have been walking in faith, this is a confirmation. It is a reminder that everything they have believed, everything they have stood on, everything they have declared is true. It is fuel for the fire, a strengthening of faith, a bold declaration that they are on the right path. But for those who have been running from him, for those who have rejected him, for those who have doubted and dismissed him, this is a wake-up call. This is a moment of decision. This is a moment where eternity is at stake. The presence of God is not something to be treated casually. It is holy. It is powerful. It is overwhelming. When Isaiah saw the Lord high and lifted up, he fell to his knees and cried out, "Woe is me, for I am a man of unclean lips." When John saw the glorified Christ, he fell at his feet as though dead. The glory of God is not something to be taken lightly. It is something that shakes the core of a person's being, that brings conviction, that demands surrender. Right now, as his presence has been revealed, as the evidence of his reality has been made visible, there is only one right response: humility, repentance, worship. This is not a time to debate, not a time to question, not a time to analyze. This is a time to fall to our knees and acknowledge the holiness of God. This is a time to recognize that He is not just a concept, not just a story, not just a name spoken in churches. He is the living God, the Almighty, the Alpha and Omega, the one who was and is to come. For too long, people have been waiting for a sign, asking for proof, demanding that God show Himself in a way that cannot be denied. And now here it is. His presence has been revealed, His power has been made visible, His voice has gone forth. There is no longer room for doubt. There is no longer an excuse for unbelief. The evidence is here. The undeniable, irrefutable, supernatural proof that He is exactly who He says He is. This is a moment that will be remembered. This is a moment that will mark a shift in the spiritual realm. This is a moment where lives will be changed, where faith will be restored, where those who have been lost will come running back to the Father. This is not just an event. This is a divine invitation. God is calling, He is revealing, He is showing His power in a way that cannot be ignored. For those who have been searching, this is the answer. For those who have been waiting, this is the confirmation. For those who have been wondering if God is still moving, if He is still speaking, if He is still working miracles, this is the proof. He has made Himself known, and now it is time to respond. There are people who will see this, and their hearts will burn within them, just as the disciples on the road to Emmaus felt their hearts burn when Jesus spoke to them. There are people who will watch this, and suddenly every doubt will disappear, every question will be silenced, every hesitation will be replaced with faith. This is the kind of moment that changes lives, that shakes nations, that shifts history. God is not done. He is moving now. He is revealing now. He is speaking now. And for those who have eyes to see, for those who have ears to hear, for those who are willing to receive, this is the moment that changes everything. The presence of God has been revealed, and those who recognize it will never be the same again.